Compassion, Part 4. The 31st October, the last day of the month. And it's a bonus session for you. I'll tell you how it is a bonus. Before we start, we'll just spend a minute of silence. Sit back. Tell yourself that I am ready for today's session on compassion towards self and also how I can change my difficult situations into easy ones just by giving that right energy to the difficult situation. And I am ready to explore the benefits of self compassion. So, with this, we start. So, I was telling you why is it a bonus? Because it's Diwali time, and before the Diwali starts, all of you get bonuses at work. Hope so. So this is bonus in one way because of the Diwali time. And why? Because here we will be now doing those exercises which we were not able to do before from the past module as well. We will be able to go into breakout rooms for all the three sessions. It will be a big surprise for you. All three sessions you will be interacting with each other. So that way it's a bonus. So I'll just share my screen now. I hope it's visible. Please tell me yes or no, one of you.
Not shared.
Sorry, not yet.
You haven't shared, I think. Check.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm just it's just getting stuck sometimes. Okay, yeah, I am sharing now again.
Yeah, all good.
Okay, so as you can see, what we have done so far is so many modules. 20 sessions have been done so far, starting with positivity, building resilience, valuing the self in July, spirituality in practice, values, peace in September, and this entire October we have been able to do compassion. If you just take a quick recap of what sessions we have done so far, the part one was understanding the meaning of compassion through various exercises like Scrabble, looking at a person who is doing compassion and also self. Then we went into the feeling mode. We did practice the compassionate sound, that is ah, and also a meditation on compassion. And then you all were able to exchange with each other compassionate gifts. The part two, we went into the depths of compassionate listening. A bit difficult, but we are going to do again today so that it becomes easier from now onwards. And then we did a beautiful exercise on how anger is an unnecessary emotion and how we can breathe it out by a simple meditation. That day also we went into how positive plans can be made for future. Last module which we did last week, the last session I mean, I started with standing like a tree. We looked at the advantages of what a tree can do. We went into mistakes, a very painstaking phenomenon, but with forgiveness, we tried to heal that negative emotion as well. And after that, you all went into the happiness mode where you all, on the 3 pages, you all did that activity. And finally, self protection, a meditation on that. So these are the last 3 sessions which we conducted. And today I'll be introducing all of them. Let me introduce quickly myself. I'm Manoj. I am a kidney specialist for children, that's pediatric nephrologist, and associated with Vihasa since almost last 6 years. My co-facilitators are Anu's sister from Canada, who herself is a PhD doctor. She's a research scientist and owns the company of Pharma Invent. She also has been doing Vihasa since almost one year now. And Praful Bhai, who's from Pune, he's a chartered accountant by profession and also associated with Vihasa since almost 4 years. And we have, I'll just stop sharing. We will be also be joined by Dr. Ashok Mehta, who's still not around. He is the director of the Global Hospital in Mumbai, and he is also the president of the medical wing of the Raj Yoga Education and Research Foundation. And this program is got by the Janki Foundation. So he's the medical director of the medical. He is a medical advisor to the Janki Foundation as well. So, with this brief introduction of all the facilitators and the coordinator, let me just now pass it on to Anu's sister for the warm up. Thank you.
Thank you, Manoj brother. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Compassion Session 4. So that's good. We are right on here to learn compassion to its core. And we'll start with the warm-up session, the warm-up exercise. So as we are thinking about compassion, I have a simple question for you to reflect on. And that is, how do you show compassion to yourself every day on daily basis, right? Like we're talking about compassion, but what is that you show to yourself? Compassion means how you take care of yourself, how you feel completely with yourself, relaxed. What is that one little thing you can think of and share here with us that you do for yourself on a daily basis? So it should be a very quick one, just few seconds. And I will invite you to put it on the chat box. And if you're ready, quickly we can take some sharings too. So it's a simple, just a little, waking up, warming up to compassion. So what is that I do to show compassion to myself? Anyone ready to share? And you can put it on the chat box too. Whoever comfortable. Yes, very good. Gayatri says, do daily Raja Yoga. Very nice. That is self-compassion. You're showing compassion to yourself. Rita says, still learning to be compassionate to myself. Okay, maybe today we'll get some further insight that will help, Rita. Others, how do you show self-compassion to yourself? Anyone? Mahesh says, meditation daily to keep my mind stable. Yes, he does meditation daily. It can be simple thing too, very little thing that you do. For example, for me, I go for a walk for sure in the nature, forget everything. That's a self-compassion because I love those moments with myself. Siddhi says, be positive in all aspects. Subhash says, love body and mind. Gayatri says, self-appreciation. Very nice. What else? I think we can hear from all. If you can't type, if you can say quickly, you can unmute and say quickly. What is that you do to show compassion to yourself? Shashikant says, be alone in the remembrance of Baba. Padma says, be grateful for everything. Siddhi says, give gratitude. Swati says, tell to myself that everything is great. Yeah, beautiful. That little thing makes a great difference to your feelings, to your state of mind. Aruna says, meditation and yoga. Take care of myself. Deepika says, keep smiling and share smiles. Beautiful. Deepa says, read something positive. Shaila says, morning's meditation. Subhas, radiate positive energy. Very nice. Again, Gayatri says, take time for yourself, at least 1 hour. And Tejashwini says, acceptance. Beautiful, see? Just a little moment to think about the self and seeing what's that you do to take care of yourself, that compassion for the self. Did we hear from everyone? So that's great. It's a good start, I think. We have all warmed up now, right? We are ready for our first exercise. So now I will pass it over to Brother Manoj. Um, just exercise.
Okay, thank you, sister. So let's move on to the first activity now.
I'll just read the last one that Deepa
Yeah.
says, look at yourself in the morning and smile and say that you are special. And Mansi says, smile for yourself. That's nice. Thank you. Thank you all. Yes, brother.
Okay, so welcome back. Let's start with this new activity today of compassion, changing situations. This activity is, can I really change difficult situations in my life just by working on my feeling level? It may be sounding a bit difficult now. You can see this man who is trying to actually, we would feel that he is being very brutal towards the flowers, the roses, the nice, beautiful pink flowers. He's also wearing a pink shirt, very nice matching colors with each other. He's trying to be brutal. He's cutting the flowers, but basically, when these flowers come to you, you really feel so good. So he's changed the situation. So he's converted that if the flower is there who's feeling very negative, oh, I'm being separated from the rosary, I'm being separated from my entire family. But finally, when it comes amongst you, it becomes a feature of joy for you, and it gives you joy and pleasure. So it's basically just the situation has changed for good. So this activity is trying to learn the outcome of what happens when things are first negative. We'll be working on the feeling levels, look at those negative feelings, the situations which we are in, the difficult situations which we are in. We are not again trying to explore why this is happening, who is at blame, the blame game again, no, as we did last time. So after we do the first part of activity, the feeling level when we have explored, then we move on to the next part, which is making changes. So can I do something? And when I say I want to do something, it is on a very deeper level, it is on a feeling level and the thought level, that can I change my thoughts and feelings towards that particular situation? Can I give that good energy, the positive energy, which actually stems, the root being compassion? It stems from compassion. If I have compassion for myself, I will stop going in this negative, repetitive thought pattern and stop blaming self and others. So, changing situations, the activity is about exploring that can I change it with my attitude towards self and towards others. So let me just move on to the activity, what we are supposed to do in this. If you can see, it's mentioned the first part of activity, what happened? Simple. Reflect on a difficult work situation which you would have experienced either now or in the past, whereby you feel your or others' responses had contributed to the difficulty there, and you had really been not helpful in resolving it. So, in short, it was a very difficult situation. Maybe it was something because of you or others, and it was you were not being helpful in resolving that. So, there was some very what we say a kadak sanskar, some hard personality trait you had. You were not able to resolve that, or it was no cooperation from some others in the situation, whereby the situation was just becoming more and more difficult. We'll be exploring the process of cooperation in November, three sessions on that. So this is preparing you for that as well. So people being uncooperative and I feeling very, very bad and not able to resolve it. We have such situations in life. So what you have to do is you have to explore on the feelings. What were you feeling at that point of time and what were others feeling? Second is, how did you or they express those feelings? So were there, when we say mind, thought, word, and action. So from the thought and feeling level, now we move on to word and actions. Did they say something brutal or something rude which the person didn't like? Or was I just stressed and tensed, having no compassion towards self? Or did I do something at an action level which was not good? So this is the way I express the feelings. And the third is, because of all these words and actions which I did which were not very right, what was the effect on myself, on the other people, and on the situation as a whole. So you see, we have to work on these three levels. So first is the feeling level. Second is what words did I say or what action did I do to express those feelings. And third is what negative effects that had on myself, others, and the situation which I was in. So we'll take a few minutes to reflect on. So I'm sure all of you have some situation around which will force you to reflect. So my feelings, my words and actions, what I did to express them, and obviously the negative or difficult effects of those on myself, on others, and the situation. So I would really urge you all to come out with those feelings so that we can heal those feelings later. So, welcome back. I'm sure you're not feeling very good because that situation is there on the conscious layer of your mind, but don't worry. The next part will help you to recover from that. So, what's next is how will I want to do something in my life, or what would I want to do to make some changes? So, now what we do in this next 3 4 minutes, experiment with different responses. The responses are written in front of you. If you feel it's your mistake, try to forgive yourself. If you feel it's someone else's mistake, forget that mistake first of that person and then forgive that person also. I've just given you a few examples just from the last session which we did, mistakes and forgiving. Then, as I just want to give you one more example, if you're feeling angry towards self, a dirty feeling, just try to understand it's an unnecessary emotion, not doing any good. Try to come out of that, breathe out the anger, which we did in the second session. So you see, it's a recap or trying to actually assimilate all the sessions from the past. So basically, in short, we are trying to be compassionate with self and others. So that's the response. And you have to work on these two questions. How could have my response been different? So now you are in the present. Excuse me, you're looking at the situation from the past. You're working on it now. So can you do something different, that is focus on releasing those negative feelings and reconnecting with compassion? Can I do that? Yes, why not? It is in my hands and just one thought away. So tell yourself that. And second, how might this new response of mine affect the others' responses and the situation as a whole? So, very simple two things you have to work on for the next 2 3 minutes. How is my response now different? What can I do? And how will it affect others in a positive way? So, we'll again go in the reflective mode and work on this. So, welcome back. So, before we move on to the breakout rooms, I would just want to give you a few instructions. Now, when you sit in the rooms with your partners, maybe three or four, what you have to really churn on is the part two, not the part one. Don't go in those negative feelings, those mis. Okay, welcome back, all of you. Happy smiling faces. कुछ तो बात डिस्कशन हुआ है, अच्छे अच्छे चेंजेस हुए हैं. Okay, so let's start. And I would just request now from each group, one person to share. And please make sure the person who hasn't shared before does that. So appreciative angels, who wants to go ahead? Amu, Abhishek, Gayatri, Jyoti, Mahesh, Swati. Who is it? Okay, Mahesh wants to do, I think. So he's raised. As usual, Mahesh, go ahead. I hope you can.
Mahesh, I
Sorry,
think your
who's
voice is
speaking?
breaking.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we are able to hear you.
Okay. So we had a nice discussion. We had Ammu, Anand, Abhishek, Gayatri, Suresh Babu, Dr. Jyoti Sehgal, and Swati. So we have discussed on these topics. And Swati's thing was she gets irritated herself for not maintaining time schedule or not maintaining a time management correctly, and she thought that she will be more disciplined towards her time management, and she will reward herself for keeping things on time, doing things on time, so that uh, she will have and she has also mentioned that she will also keep track record of all her activities. So that's the thing she discussed. And Gayatri Babu said she will, in difficult situations, she will remember Baba, and she will think that she will think her mind like a baby, how baby's mind behaves. Similarly, she wants to act and remembering Baba and accepting herself. And one more interesting topic we had from Dr. Jyoti Sehgal is hers was a live example. The patient was not listening, and the patient were abusive type of people, and understanding was not there. So she was confused on how to deal with those kind of situations. So we had discussion saying that you have to put yourself in their shoes, think from their angle, think from their perspective, and understand them very well, and have more compassionate towards the patient, so that they understand you better.
Okay.
And from my
So,
perspective,
okay, you're
I
still
will
pending.
I will
Yeah.
I will focus more on solution part whenever we have challenges, so that everyone accepts the solution. I'll go for a solution kind of mode.
Oh, which kind of mode? Quotient, patient.
Solution.
Solution. Okay, solution from samasya to solution. Okay, from problem to
Yes.
solution. Okay, thank
Yes.
you. Very elaborative
Thank
sharing. Thank you, Mahesh. We move on to
thank you.
beautiful butterflies. Aditi, Kunal, Padma, Rahul, Tejashwini. Who is sharing?
Hey, hi, Rahul here.
Okay,
So
go
we
ahead, Rahul.
discussed,
Yeah.
yeah. So our team gone through different difficult situation, and to overcome, they followed the Brahma Kumari Gyan and the Raj Yoga. So we followed the faith on drama, faith on Supreme, the Baba. We practiced meditation to face the different difficult situation, and we learn the acceptance, and we learn how to being patient in different difficult situation. By doing meditation, we also get the help from Baba in different way. We get some ideas, we get some strength and patience. So like that, we faced our challenging time.
Okay, good. Thank you for being brief. We move on to compassionate carers. Shaila, Shashikant, Shrungeri, Vasant, or Deepika. Who is sharing? Sh- is it Shrungeri? You have to unmute yourself first. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, thanks.
I'm audible now.
Yes, yes, you are indeed. Go ahead. Yeah.
So our we were four in our group. So one was Dr. Vasant, second Ma'am Deepika, third was Shaila and myself. So we had a common point, which was forget and forgiving for the first question. So forget and forgiving, it is only possible when we dedicate ourselves to God. And when we dedicate ourselves to God, forgiveness becomes easy. And in any situation, when we forget and forgive, thus we become calm and peace, we remain peaceful. The second was meditation. Meditation was our common theme. So when any disrespect, when any ego clashes, if we meditate, and we get all powers from God, and we can apply that, so that we become uh, respectful to others, and um, we can have we will have uh, we will get powers. And so hurt feelings or anything which was there in our heart, we can let go of it.
Good,
That
thank you.
was our common sharing of all the.
Okay.
I just share the outcome, not the what
Yeah,
we
that's
have shared.
perfect. It should be like that. You should be sharing the common outcome, and it's lucky that because sometimes you don't get a commonality. So good, your group, at least 2 or 3 people had something in common. So it's good to come out with common. Thank you, Sringeri. Your
Thank
confidence
you,
was
sir.
very good. Don't worry. Yeah. We move on to the
Thank you.
next group. Yeah. Flying Farishta. So it's either Sushma, Subhash, Dore, Rita, or Vinaya. I think all of you all have shared before, but is it Dore? Can he share, or who is your group lead? Who's wanting to share? Uh, Sorry, was I very fast? Should I repeat? Subhash, Sushma Lad, Rita, Vinaya. Are you all there? You all are very silent now. No one is coming up from your group. Sushma wants to share. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
I shared, Dr. Manoj, last time I shared, so I can, I'll request Vinaya or Rita ma'am to share, or Subhash.
Okay, so
Or if
if
they are
none,
not free, I'm ready to share.
so then
If they are
you only do it because let's not force them and we don't have time. Yeah, go ahead
okay,
and do
fine.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. According to all of them, initially what she mentioned, Dr. Shungeri, I can tell that everyone has the same kind of feelings, that when they had been hurt by the situation, or by the people, they thought that they will going to forgive others, accept them more positively, feel more compassionate for other people, and the result was that uh, he, result was that when we released our negative emotions from our mind, then we would be more lighter, more calm, and we could sleep well. We can interact positively with surrounding people, not keeping all the time that negative thing or negative situation in our mind, because we release those negative emotions, and we would able to accept others with in a more positive way. And definitely, as the Mr. Subhash or Rita said, that when we keep detach ourselves from the situation, or get into detached mode for some time, then the person ahead also realize his mistakes. He could also able to analyze the situation more positively, and the person ahead also change, and he also start accepting us in a positive way.
Okay, good. Thank you for being brief and crisp. We move on to the last group. I'm sure Anu's sister in the background is writing, so I can show you all something at the end. Anu's sister, you're there and writing, correct? So,
Yeah.
fragrant flowers. Yeah, thanks. So, fragrant flowers now. Siddhi from Goa, Mansi, Deepa, Aruna, Ashwini. So, who wants to share? Siddhi wants to share, or anyone else from that group? Aruna, Deepa. Again, you all are silent from that group. Yeah, Deepa, go
Ashwini,
ahead. Yeah.
Ashwini was supposed to be sharing.
Was it? Okay, so
I think, yeah, that's what we had decided.
Ashwini
So
is a male or a female name here?
male,
So Ashwini brother,
the
can
one
you
who
just...
draws very well last. Yeah,
अच्छा
yes.
हाँ, he's the one, right? आप ही हो, correct. आपको unmute करना है पहले अपने को. Ashwini भाई, unmute yourself. Okay, good. हाँ, बोलिए हाँ, yes.
जी, ओम शांति।
ओम शांति.
अभी हमारे ग्रुप में बात हो चल रही थी, सबका कॉमन ही था ये सिंगिंग का। मेरी आवाज आ रही है? हेलो,
आपकी आवाज आ रही है। आप वीडियो के बारे में चिंता मत करो, आप जस्ट शेयर करो ऑडियो अपना। आप बोलो।
वो जैसे कि जैसा भी किसी भी सेक्टर में, जैसे कि हम लोग माइंड स्टेबल होना बहुत जरूरी है। साथ साथ कहते पेशेंस रहना और स्टेबिलिटी बहुत जरूरी है। बहुत सारे सर्कमस्टेंसेस आते हैं जिसमें कहते ऊपर से फोर्स होता है, काफी दबाव पड़ता है। तो उस समय अपनी मन की स्थिति क्या है कि बाबा को याद करते हुए स्टेबिलिटी की जो पहले हमारा जो वर्क है उसको फोकस करना है। और बाकी कहते ताकि जैसे कि बहुत लोग होता है कि कहते पहले ये काम हो, बहुत सारे जैसे कि हॉस्पिटल सेक्टर में बहुत सारे ये होता है कि इधर ये होता है कि कहते ये काम इस पे फोकस करना है, वो ये करना है। तो पहले हमको पेशेंस रखना है और साथ साथ कहते बाबा को याद करते हुए अपने काम पे फोकस करना है। कोई कुछ ही बोले, लेकिन मैंने इसमें वैल्यूज जो देखा है, एम्पैथी और पेशेंस, समानुभूति और धैर्यता, इसके आधार से कहते हम आगे कहते काफी फेस कर पाते हैं चीजों को।
ओके
मैंने एक पिक्चर ड्राइंग मैं शेयर करता हूँ।
ओके, हाँ बिल्कुल। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर गेटिंग आउट दीज टू, सहानुभूति दैट इज एम्पैथी एंड धैर्यता विच इज पेशेंस। तो ये दो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वालिटीज हैं विच वी शुड हैव। सो नाउ आई रिक्वेस्ट अनु सिस्टर टू काइंडली शेयर द स्क्रीन सो आई कैन जस्ट recap what the group people had shared. Yeah, thank you Anu sister. Yes, so let me just go through this. So as you all said, that focus more on the solutions first, be solution oriented, not problem oriented, as Baba tells us in the Murlis. Sorry, I'm using the word Baba with full liberty now because there are many BKs around. All of you all have also mentioned that we should be doing Raj Yoga meditation. That's what you all said. That is the self-discipline. Experience the reward of that as well, which is in the form of being compassionate towards self, acceptance and being patient again, as also another brother said, dhairyata and empathy, patient and sahanubhuti. Again, we develop through meditation, which we get strength from Baba, which is basically again the source of all these things, the supreme energy. Two beautiful sharings from two groups which we got was they commonly said forget and forgive. That's very important, which will help us in experiencing the calm, remaining peaceful, receiving again from power from God, and also respect others and let go of all the hurt. Sometimes it's important that when something goes wrong, because of some other people, we feel hurt, and this hurt is a very bad emotion which we carry on forever in our life. So we have to let go of all that hurt, because people have done something from their side. They really haven't done anything to hurt me. I have to take responsibility on the self and tell myself that they have done something, but I have created the hurt. And once I realize that I have done this to myself, then I can really get rid of that emotion very soon. Again, forgive has come. Remove all those negative emotions. Listening in a positive way. Yes, listening is another good quality which you'll be practicing again in the next exercise. Anu sister will be doing that. And accept the person positively. And the last thing which the last group also said, that when you're under pressure, the brother Ashwini shared that keep your stable stage, which is your state of mind, come what may, should try to be always constant, always same. It's a difficult thing, but obviously it is workable. It has to be developed finally. And as he also said, empathy, patience, keep focus on your work. More important is the work has to be done. But more important after that, or rather I would say, humko kaam to nikalna hai, we say that, but the state of mind while doing the work also is very important. So all these solutions which you all have given out will definitely, I'm sure, help you in changing the situation. So let's move on to the next 5 minutes of the activity. Whatever, I'll just sum up. We'll go in a meditative mode, try to ponder on these things, withdraw from the situation, be a detached observer, elevate our stage, connect to the Supreme, These are the few processes we'll do and generate compassion towards self and others. So are we ready for that? So sit back straight. I'll just share my screen first. So all of us, let's sit back straight. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Experience the relaxation after breathing. Now create this beautiful thought that in a peaceful, relaxed state of mind, it's very easy to forget and forgive. It just seems to be a very natural quality that when I'm relaxed and peaceful, I can really let go of things and forgive people around. But sometimes it becomes difficult to forgive self. We hold on to those emotions for a long, long time. And create hurt. And this feeling of hurt drains me more and more. So let me today, from this exercise, learn this technique that I am the creator of everything. Whatever or however difficult the situation may be, what I can do in that difficult situation is first to stabilize myself in the consciousness of the being, that it's me, the being, the energy. I have to take care of my energy. Connect to the Supreme Being, who's the ocean of all virtues. And the moment I connect to that source, the Supreme Being, I become stable. And with this stable mind of mine, I can then look at that situation in its proper perspective. I can detach myself from that, be compassionate towards self, and convert the situation from a difficult one to a simple and fruitful one. So, again, to conclude, everything is in my hands, and with the Supreme Being there to help me all the time, I can change any situation. So, with this, now we come back into the awareness of the room. So, thank you, all of y'all. And I'm sure this exercise will really help you to change situations which otherwise would be very difficult to change. Thank you, all of y'all. Over to Anu sister for your next activity.
Okay, thank you, Manoj brother. That was nice. We all saw how to change situations. And the most important thing we saw was how to keep our stage stable and how to focus on the self. Then comes forgive and forget. So the next one, as we will go to, is compassionate listening. So it is the further practice of it. We did it actually, and maybe that day we felt it was a bit rushed, like we didn't really understand or experience. We did. So today, that will be our aim to further see further insight into what is it being a compassionate listener. And I love this picture, as you can see, that everybody is expressing their gesture, but that is so real, pure, where their energy is definitely supporting the person who is speaking. So, am I a compassionate listener? So, let's look at this. So, for that, so think of an issue like right now, also with the previous exercise, you have thought about a situation. It can be a simple one, though, a simple conversation, but think of a situation, an issue that you want to talk about. And so that when you are speaking, others are practicing listening. And when others are speaking, you are practicing listening. And for that, the rules we saw, right? As a listener role, what is that we have to do? And that is maintaining an inner stillness and a sense of peacefulness. So, can we be peaceful and still inside and being fully present for the speaker with no interruptions? Right? No interruptions, no encouragement or facial expressions, no noises, nothing, no gesture at all. And that is where we can say, I'm listening from the heart. And this was a bit in question last time. I think one of the participant was asking that, is it possible? So now think about it. It's a common practice that we show some gesture, we nod our head, or we say some words like, is it really like that? Or, yeah, it is terrible. Yeah, you should feel like that. All these comments that we do, all the gestures that we show, does that help the other person? Is it compassionate listening? It is not. So that's what we are going to experience today or explore. So I don't have to show any expression at all, but I have to be fully there, involved, listening to the other person. So we have to really come out of um, that belief system or the system and custom that I have to show gesture, right? So what happens is when we are showing any gesture or saying any words, what is that we are doing is sometimes we are reinforcing the whatever the other person is feeling, um, feeling like, yes, he was a victim, or he suffered, or he's in a bad place. So we are reinforcing that. We are not really helping by supporting in a wrong way. We are not making the other person see actually what is that he's going through. And if we are supporting in any other way too, we are encouraging whatever he's trying to speak, as well as we are as they are speaking, if we show any kind of judgment, like we start to think our way, whatever we are listening, and whatever reaction we can show can make the other person feel interrupted or not confident to speak. So we take them away from their sharing. But when somebody is saying something to me, there is something we need to understand so that we can help them. They may be seeking a solution, they may be not feeling good, so they want to feel comforted, supported, and all that is possible when I listen to them from heart, where I totally only understand their feelings. I'm trying to understand their feelings. It is their perspective, their storytelling. But in their storytelling, I don't add my way of understanding it. So it's actually about dissolving all my feelings and just listening to that person, where no gestures can be there which can be misled. And if that way a conversation can happen, then I am helping the other person, and it is a peaceful interaction where the other person feels the comfort because I'm non-judgmental. So it's a beautiful thing to think about, that what is the aim of conversation or talking with each other. It's not that I can do that. It's a very common practice that we interrupt, and we sometimes become very excited to share our thing as the other person is sharing. So I really feel thankful that I got this exercise to think about, which is making me learn a lot, that am I a compassionate listener and how can I become that? So what do you think? Is it easy, possible, that we can keep completely quiet? And it's not about actually outside gesture, but in the feelings, the stillness, the peacefulness. That is no judgment, simply listening to the other person. For that, I wanted to bring this. It just came to my mind. Look at this beautiful picture. I live in this part of the world that's really very beautiful, in the sense it's very calm, very clean, very long stretch landscape, and the nature. And there, one time I was in the mountains on that cable car, and it is so silent there, completely silent. It is sometimes like, it's like I wanted to see around, that there is no noise at all. And that day I felt that silence speaks. I can hear silence. What does that mean? What I'm trying to say is, when we are absorbed in the nature, right? Nature is speaking. I'm listening. There is nothing in between. Like, I'm not judging, or no other thought is there. I kind of experience the energy, the feeling of the nature. So, can we be like that, silent? Think about it, that in nature also, if we see something not right, we want to change it. But with people interaction, definitely we always judge or think or interpret their story in our way. So I have to dissolve everything. I only want to listen to them. If we can come to that, that is where you can bring the benefit, right? So with this thought, now I will ask you to think of a simple situation, everyday basis, that you interact with, maybe your friend, your spouse, your child, your colleague, everyday basis. So bring that image in front of you, visualize that the other person is speaking and you are listening. Can you bring that picture in front of you and see yourself, that can you simply listen with full heart, with no thought at all from your end? You are just trying to understand the other person, whatever the other person is feeling, is expressing. And if I can listen that way, I can see what is that I can do to help that person, or what is that I have to say after I listen to. And did I give some comfort, support in a right way that a solution can be seen? Or if he is wrong, we can talk out that how that whatever he's sharing, what is it demanding from my end and how it can help that person. So take just a moment. I will ask you a few seconds to think about that situation. A simple one, somebody speaking to you, and see yourself. How is your gesture, your behavior? How are you staying there? Are you calm and listening? I'll give you a minute to be there and watch yourself as you are listening. So completely be there in the scene. And as the other person is speaking to you, see how you're feeling. Are you being completely compassionate and listening? What that other person wanting to express? Just hold on for 1 minute. So now as you saw yourself, now reflect on these few questions. Ask yourself, were you able to be silent? How easy or difficult was it? Were you silent in your feelings? There was no urge to say something, to interrupt, to think your way, but only focusing on listening and understanding. Understanding the feelings of the other person. So, how easy or difficult was it to refrain from making facial expressions or gestures? Were you really completely silent? Check yourself honestly. So, how comfortable or embarrassed did you feel? Did you flow with the story or whatever the other person was saying that made you feel embarrassed, or you felt comfortable listening? Were you able to give your full attention? That friend or colleague or your child, your spouse, did you pay full attention? What they are saying? What is that they want to express? And if you could not give the full attention, why? What other thoughts came? Were you fully there with your heart? If not, what thoughts came to your mind? So while listening to them, were you able to feel an inner calm? Completely in your peace and calm, were you able to listen to them? Nothing disturbed you, their story, their way of telling. And lastly, did you feel drained at the end? Was it a pleasant experience that you enjoyed it, or you felt drained listening to the other person? So, with this thought, as you saw yourself, right now, we'll further practice. I just want to bring this one thought here still, that when there are three ways we say sympathy. So when we go down to their feeling level, that is sympathy, where if they are hurt, I'm also hurt. Empathy is the next level, where I have to understand what they're going through, but I understand that I'm not hurt. I am not there. They are there. So when that understanding is there, then I can help them. My energy will be positive to help them. My feelings will be to help them. And the next level is, we can say, compassion, where I will be careful that my any reaction or gesture doesn't interrupt them from sharing. So with this thought, now you will go to the breakout rooms with this much understanding, very quickly among yourself, just in 1 minute. If you can say a story, like whatever it is that what you did today, or with in a situation, and as one person is speaking, the other 3-4 people are listening. So pay attention to yourself as the listener. In your listener role, how are you doing, and are you able to keep that calmness, peace in the feelings level, and you are not showing any gesture, but your energy is so comforting, supporting, that the other person can express everything, that your energy is not interrupting. I hope this is clear. So quickly now, we will send you to the breakout rooms for about 10 minutes each. Yeah. Okay. So we have, I will read out the names. Peaceful Parrots, Aruna, Abhishek, Kunal, Deepika, and Jyoti. Faithful Friends, Dr. Vasant, Shaila, Siddhi, Sophie, and Swati. Truthful Team, Deepa, Dore, Sushma, Shashikant, and Vinaya. Soulful Singers, Ammu, Gayatri, Subhash, Mahesh, and Tejaswini. Mighty Minds, Ashwini, Shrungari, Rahul, Rita, and Satish. So be very quick, 1 minute, share, and just pay attention when you're listening, how you can keep your calm. So then after you come back, we can share. So enjoy discussion. Everyone. This is a very much self-reflection, so I don't think I'll be asking groups, but any 1 or 2 sharings, personal sharings, that how did you feel? Did it help anything? Were you able to see yourself in a different, better listener way in this sharing? When it is not about what you shared or talked, it's about when you listened to others. Were you able to maintain a better calm, peacefulness within? Were you able to listen to them? Yeah, I can take just 2 sharings. Okay. So this was a reflection that you will take home and think more about how being compassionate listener is important. So I think I see Rita. Anyone else? I see one raised hand. So did you all enjoy, by the way, everyone? Was it a good experience? Yes. Did you see yourself being a better listener, whichever way? Yes. Good. Thank you. Okay, Kunal, can we hear from you? You have to unmute yourself. Kunal. So if not, okay, Rita, go ahead. We want to listen from you. Are you there? Can you all hear me? Rita, you have to unmute. You have to unmute. Again, unmute, please. Rita, you have to unmute again. You can't? Do it again because...
Yeah.
There you go.
Now I got it. Now I got it. What I wanted to say was that last time when we'd spoken about compassionate listening, and I was not able to understand this concept of don't show any expressions, don't do even and ahs and things like that. But but then since you said so, I thought, I mean, I have to rethink. So I listened to so many people, and then I realized that perhaps when I respond and ask, I tend to, maybe I may not listen. But then it also happens that when I do not and ask, and when just to show or to encourage also. So just that and helps me to understand what the other person is saying. Otherwise, दिमाग कहीं और भी चला जा सकता है.
Right. Very good. You said that.
And I also don't like, very frankly, when I'm talking to someone and the person gives a blank look, तो समझ भी नहीं आता उसको सुनाई भी दे रहा है कि नहीं, मैं बोल क्या रही हूँ. Am I talking to a wall or am I talking to a human being? So I'm still in the process of learning. I'm still in the process.
So yeah, so think about it, how much we are habituated. That's our system and custom, that somebody has to show some, reaction when I'm speaking, then I think I am being heard or listened to, and also other way, right? That's why I also do those gestures to make them feel that I am listening to them. But actually, what is important for us to understand is that what is my energy inside, what is that I'm feeling, that is what is more profound, that is felt by the other person. So maybe we have to give it a try, that even though I'm not no expression on my face or not showing any gesture, but that person is feeling the support, the comfort, and he's sharing fully, not being directed in a different direction. Sometimes I can take them to a different direction through my reaction, right? So, and then it is most important that you will feel peaceful. Anyone else? Thank you, Rita. One.
Thank you.
Okay, there was Kunal, but I don't see him now anymore. Okay. Any more sharing? Okay. Okay, no problem. I think I will leave it at this, that it is a self-reflection that will take home. I will still take 2-3 minutes more to share this next part a bit. I just wanted to get your sharing or any realization, any special experience, that how I shouldn't, it's like I'm forging my feelings, my energy to the other person, but let them, plain peacefully speak their things. When I can listen peacefully after he speaks, that is where we can exchange that right energy of finding solution, whatever the other person is seeking can get. So the next one, however, just a thought will take home, is that giving and receiving compassion in every interaction, we are giving and we are receiving. So as a speaker and as a listener, who is at the giving end, who is at the receiving end? Just taking simple interactions everyday basis is when I am listening, I am giving. You know, sometimes we think somebody who is speaking is giving me. Of course, when my teacher is teaching me, I am at the receiving end. I'm listening, but I'm taking. But we are talking about day-to-day interactions. So in this also, the exercise, what we did, as a listener, I am the giver. I'm giving the compassion, right? By being peaceful, not by generating my own feelings according to their story, but I would try to fully understand their story in their expression, right? So, and then as okay, so actually forget about the receiver part. I would say as a giver. So after every interaction, it's important to finish it, complete it, because we talked about forgive and forget. Otherwise, interactions stay with us, right? So after this, right now, just take 1 minute and generate compassion for those whom you listened to. So sit, think about them, and feel positive, direct the positive, compassionate thoughts to them, and still hold your feelings calm and love for them, right? What you heard, one thing. Now, if anything stayed with you, anything negative, this is how we give them compassion afterwards and finish it. And for that, we can connect with something greater. We can think of being compassionate and give them the loving energy. And this is not only for them. Start to listen to yourself, how you are feeling, and then give the compassion and finish it. That's where forgive and forget, so that we move on. No interactions stay with us, but it's about being helpful to each other, is being compassionate listener. So time is moving very fast. We'll stop here with this much thought. I hope you'll take and reflect and try in your day today activity. So now it's a fun part coming. I will invite Brother Praful to take us through. Okay, Praful Bhai. Praful Bhai, are you there? You have
Praful
to.
is probably thinking that maybe a little bit late. You have to unmute yourself. Praful bhai, are you able to hear us?
Maybe he's not wearing.
Yeah. Now he's there. Okay.
We can't hear you still, Praful Bhai. You have to unmute.
It
Praful
again
Bhai.
mute mode.
Praful Bhai, are you there? Can you unmute? Oh, I see. You can't because you are not here. Sorry.
Okay, so allow participants. Yeah, now I think now you can do.
1 second, 1 second. No, not only that. Yeah, participant to theek hai. Where is Praful Bhai gone? I have to make him host again. Right?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've missed to make me co-host, I believe. So that's okay.
Co-host or host?
No, co-host,
Yeah.
because Sister Anu will be making the breakout rooms.
Yeah, okay, got it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So thanks, Sister. Finally, you allowed me to speak. So yeah, I think we did very good exercises. Both exercises were interesting. And now we are towards the last exercise. And for me, this is most exciting. Actually, this was originally part of the peace module, but then we took in a different way. So I thought, let's do it the way we actually did it. We actually do in the live session. So I'm not sure how it will go, but yeah, I think we all will enjoy. So when we say about values, specifically when it comes to compassion and peace, so while we express these values in action, are we able to sustain those values while doing action? Because it is very easy to say, it is very easy to discuss, it is very easy to reflect, maybe to introspect or do meditation. But जब हम काम करते हैं, when actually we perform something, how easy it is to get that value into action. So that is this value about. So each of us here, or maybe let me tell you, most of us over here will be performing some actions, and due to that action, let's explore, are we able to express that peacefulness of mind? So I believe you all can see my screen. discovering peace in action. So this is our next exercise name. And what we'll be doing here is the main two learning outcomes of this this activity is experiencing and compare the effects of different kinds of action on our thoughts, feelings, both as an observer and as a participant. So we will be performing some actions. Just see what are the different kinds of effects. And the second one is evaluate the potential of achieving a peaceful state while engaged in different kinds of action. Okay, so each one of us, we are not like a hut yogi that we are sitting in a cave for hours together throughout the day. We all are doing some actions. So how can we experience the peacefulness in the action? So I'll read out the activity, what exactly needs to be done. Okay, again, we'll be going into the breakout room. Sister Anu is reforming the breakout rooms. So what we need to do quickly, I want all of your attention for a couple of minutes. So we will be asked to mime. I believe we might be knowing miming, the act of miming. Dumb shiraz or something which we always do when we were small. Even at present, some of us would be doing. So the main activity is that we will be doing some act and the group has to guess what that act is. Okay. And that act will be in action. So y'all can choose to be on your chair, or you can even move around your room, or you can uh, involve all your five physical senses, hands, legs, mouth. But the only thing is that you don't have to speak, because if you speak out, then that guess will not be there. Each one will be easily able to identify. So that is where we come to the second point. Words and sounds, keep it to the bare minimum. So we won't be speaking out anything. At the most, you can make some noise of an object, but again, that should be very much minimal. And the aim for those who are acting is to notice what happens in your mind while you are acting. Okay, khali act nahi karna hai. So just don't feel happy, okay, I have done this act. It's not just an act of miming. The main here, the activity is what is into our mind while doing that activity. And also as an observer, okay, each group will observe the other groups as a participants, what is there in our mind as we see that activity. Okay, and after all, it's a playful and self discovery exercise. So enjoy the activity. Don't go into more of acting mode. We are not going to give you all prize of who is the best performer, who is the best in acting. Okay, even if our acting is very minimal, that's okay. The essence here, as I mentioned in point number 3, is what happens in our mind. So all are ready? Okay, so how would we do this thing? Let me give you all a brief overview of breakout room. Each one of us will be sent into a breakout room. So we will be like 3 participants, or at the most 4 participants in each breakout room. So facilitators will come. So Brother Manoj will come in 2 breakout rooms, Sister Anu will come into 2, and myself will come into 2. And we will give you all the miming statement, exactly what you need to do. Okay, we can't announce that in the main room. If we announce here, then the secret is disclosed. So it will take for us some time to come in your room. So probably if you're into the first room, just wait for a couple of minutes. You all can introduce yourselves, and then we'll come to your room. And then again, we'll brief out the activity. After we brief out the activity, you all need to decide who will be doing the miming. Okay, because at one point of time, only one camera can be spotlighted, not all. So once you decide who is good at miming, and how you all will decide that, you all can choose that, if person is comfortable putting the camera at one stationary place and move around in the room, or if someone is there in their room, a family member who can hold the camera while the miming is done, so that we can see the entire body, or we can see the major part of the activity. So that could be one of the basis on which you can decide who will be doing the miming. Others in the room, the 2 3 others, can give ideas how the miming can be done or what tools they can use. So the next point, as I mentioned, somebody can hold the camera, of course, at your physical place. The room member may not be able to hold camera for you because we are remotely located. Okay, and you all can do a couple of rehearsals. You all will get total 5 minutes of rehearsal, 5 minutes for planning. So total we will be breaking out for 10 minutes. So these are the 6 group which Sister Anu will be forming. Appreciative angels and beautiful butterfly, Brother Manoj will be going in to help you all, giving you all the miming sheets. Sister Anu in compassionate carers and flying farishte, and myself, I'll come to the last 2 groups to give you all the miming ideas. So that's all from my side. We'll be moving into the breakout rooms soon. But before moving, Brother Manoj, Anu, did I miss out speaking anything which I'll feel important
No,
to be
no, I
stated
think
now?
that's fine. That's fine.
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. Then over to you, Sister Anu. You can move us to the breakout rooms. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, let's just move to the breakout rooms. Okay, you are all ready? I will not read the names, it's fine. So let's go ahead and we'll meet you there. See you.
Okay, everyone. So myself, Praful. So we all are in the fragrant flowers. This is our breakout room. So we have Dr. Sushma, Deepa, Mahesh, Shashikant. So for us, fragrant flowers, we have the activity of watching a television sports championship while the country your support is playing. Okay. So all that you all need to do is mimic this specific theme, watching a television sports championship while the country you support is playing. So plan out how you all will do. And इस प्रकार से plan करना है कि again the participant should be able to members will write on the chat window what basically that person who is performing activity is doing. And yes, keep on writing each numbers and I will read out the chat windows, the chat coming on, and let's see who can guess the correct one. Okay. And the other group members may try to give some prompts, but not too close. Okay. You all can just give a couple of suggestions, but not much because फिर दोगे तो फिर okay. So let's start. So I'll turn off my video and I'll call out the name of the group one at a time. So let's start with appreciative.
Just a minute, Praful bhai. I would just request people, people like Mahesh, to just switch their mics off because it's creating disturbance. And people who are participating are only requested because, as it is, you don't have to speak. But others, please be in the mute mode. It becomes easy. Thank you. Go ahead, Praful bhai.
Yeah. So let's start with the first group, appreciative angels. Who would like to? We have Sangreri, Gitika, Satish, and Shaila. Who would
So
like to?
Shringeri is doing it. Shringeri, go ahead.
Shringeri, let's have your video on and spotlighted first.
Perfect. So all of you just see what she is doing. Observe her. She has prepared it very well.
Sister Anu, are you okay to? Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
So good. So where is Shringeri? What is she doing?
Okay, so on the chat window, everyone, please.
Yes, someone has
Shopping.
started writing.
Tejaswini, Deepa shopping, Aruna shopping. Okay, where are they shopping? Purchasing. Oh wow, Dr. Sushma mentions in the mall. Kunal Mall. Great, supermarket. Awesome. So I think we have got the answer, right? Anything?
Yes. Perfect, perfect, Shringeri. Thank you so much. It was very good.
That's great. Okay, it was fabulous. So the prompt given to the group was, Sister Anu will share on the screen, going around a busy supermarket doing the family shopping. So yeah, I think supermarket and shopping was done. Of course, family ke liye hota hai, so it did not explicitly come out. So let's move on to the second group. Second group is beautiful butterflies. Who would like to present in the beautiful butterflies?
Yeah, so I think Swati has planned. So Swati can go ahead. Praful bhai, you can prompt Swati.
Yeah. Sister Anu, would you like to spotlight Swati?
Swati has to switch on the video first, please. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Okay, Swati is drawing.
So sorry to interrupt. Probably Swati has not understood. You had to mime it, but it's okay. You're doing some activity and people have to just recognize what you are doing now. Okay, no ahead. It's okay. Go ahead. You can just keep doing what you're doing, but people have to recognize what you're doing now. Okay.
So Shashikant mentions painting. Deepa says drawing. Okay. anything else you all can add to that? What you have mentioned?
Anything specific? What is she painting? Yeah,
Landscapes.
someone said
Yeah.
landscape. Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. That's
Hill
great.
station,
So I
mountain,
think
reef.
it's correct. Painting a picture of a beautiful landscape. That is the activity. Again, we didn't have to use the tools as such, but that's okay. Maybe we missed communicating that to y'all. So that's okay. That's perfectly all right. Let's move on to the third activity, compassionate carers. Compassionate carers, we have uh, Aruna, Abhishek, Deepika, Dore, and Akanksha. Who would like to do the miming part? Aruna, would you like to do? Yes, sister.
You
Go
just,
ahead.
okay. Aruna sister, just unmute karo aap pehle. If you not, I'm just helping. Abhi kar lo unmute. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah,
Please.
go ahead with that.
Akansha sister was doing okay. Just a minute.
Who was doing? Sorry. Are you ready? Otherwise, you just go ahead. No problem.
Akansha sister, I think she was
Akanksha.
doing.
Okay, okay. So actually, I'll have to speak out. है ना? कौन कर रहा है? So Akanksha will
Okay, I'll
spotlight
do
you.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Akansha. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Good. So she's doing something. You'll have to identify all the spectators.
Dr. Jyoti says dance. Akanksha, nature trail. Kathak.
Akansha, buck up, buck up. Good.
Playing
You're doing well. You have
instrumental.
to do
Tejaswani says playing instrument.
Yes, that's better. You have gone behind. So someone is saying playing instrument. Praful Bhai said no, something else you have to do.
Piano. Jyoti. Jyoti identified as a piano. Okay, piano, sitar. अरे सितार ऐसा बजाते हैं. Veena.
You know, mind well, Praful Bhai is a musician. He'll just catch you on that. Achhi tarah bajana seekho. Okay, yes, we are coming closer. Dr. Jyoti
Okay,
Sehgal
drop
is
of water. Yes, yes, very
Drop
close.
of
Jyoti,
water.
Sister Jyoti.
Sheti. Sheti nahi karat. Fall. Yeah,
False.
what?
Yes.
Fall,
Fall is one of the right word. Yes.
Obviously.
Waterfall.
For your information, sorry, what is Sheti? It's a Marathi word, Rita Sheti, no? Okay, anyway.
Achha, I heard shetty. The whistle, I thought. Okay, it is a farm. Farm wala shetty. Okay.
Okay, waterfall, fine. Yeah, Praful bhai, go ahead.
She wrote
Shairi.
Shairi.
Okay. Okay, it was a
Wonderful.
spelling
So we
typo.
have sitting
Okay.
by a waterfall, river, observing the flow of the water. Okay. So when we do this in the physical environment, we have like 2, 3. One enacting the act of sitting, and one is doing the waterfall. So, but yeah, here sister did all of that part. So that's great. I think she did very nice. Just that initially we thought it's a musical instrument. So that's okay. So before we really move on, 3 of y'all, okay, the one who enacted, quickly, I would request y'all to share with me a couple of feedback as to while performing this activity, how are y'all feeling? So let me start with the first group, appreciative angels. So how are you feeling while performing this activity? I forgot, who was it?
Shrungeri.
Yeah, Shrungeri, please unmute yourself and how are you feeling? Let's have your feedback.
Shrungeri, you have to unmute. You have still not unmuted. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, now
Yes.
I felt very happy while I was performing, and also it was my first time to perform. I never acted in school or any. I did not participate in any drama, so it was my very first time to do all that arrangement, and I felt very nice. I felt happy. Thank
Very
you.
good. So, Sister Shingeri, so while performing this activity, were you tensed? into the mind, or were you of the feeling that अरे अभी कैसा होगा?
I was
Will I?
tensed, but I was thinking what I can do more creative in that while shopping, or what I can do it more beautiful. I was not tensed.
Okay, okay, you were not tensed, but were you able to experience that peacefulness in your mind while doing it, or was it like just thinking, and that peace went aside? It's okay even if you're not
Um,
peaceful, but yeah, let's just wanted to have your honest
when I
opinion.
was shopping, I only the things were in my mind that this is what I want to get, and I had a list of shopping. So the only target was I need to get that and go home as early as I can.
I
I did not
understand.
check whether I was peaceful or not.
Great, thanks, sister. Let's go to the second group, beautiful butterflies.
So
How did
Swati
you
can
feel?
share. Yeah, Swati was performing.
Sister Swati, yeah. So what was in your mind, Sister Swati, while doing this? Yeah.
So I think there was a lot of things were coming in my mind that okay, and translating into an action was taking much more time. Okay, I have to draw this and other set of a things. So those kind of a communication is happening like between my action and lot of thoughts which are coming. Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's move on to the third group. We had compassionate carers.
So Akansha, I think.
Akansha.
So I got it. I mean, it was a last minute thing, so I didn't think much. I just acted for water. And what was the question?
Yeah,
How
so
it
the question
felt.
was, while performing this activity, how were you feeling inside? How was your state of mind?
It is good to express through actions, so I felt good.
Great, great. So that's nice. So overall, like as I see, again, when we perform actions, sometimes it is not very easy to be in that peaceful state of mind. The state of mind which, while Sister Anu was leading us through the reflection, or Dr. Manoj was doing the meditation exercise. So somewhere that peacefulness while we sit and experience, and when we actually perform the action, there is a shift. Okay, and that is somewhere which we might probably need to work on. Okay, with that same peacefulness, are we able to sustain those actions, or for some of us it could be very easy also. Okay, but this was a special event because here we were projected in front of so many people. Generally while action we are not in front of so many people, so we just do. But when we are in front of the stage, when thousands of people are watching us, or when we are doing a presentation in front of our company or in customers, or for that matter when healthcare professionals, once you are dealing with your critical patients, so sometimes that stillness might be getting drifted off. So yeah, here is somewhere which we really need to work while in action, how peaceful we are internally. So yeah, something more to add on to that, but before doing that, let's move on to the other groups. So we have next group, Flying Farishte, who would be sharing from you enactment. Ashwini.
Yeah, Rita.
Yes, go ahead, Rita. You have to do your, so go ahead. Yeah.
Rita, you are from Happy Hearts, right? I was asking from Flying
Yeah.
Farishte.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So just Flying Farishte, we have Ashwini, Gayatri and Vasant.
Okay, Praful bhai, I think people have started recognizing, so let her finish and then you go. Sorry for that. Praful bhai?
Yeah, okay. Sister Rita, go ahead. Yeah. No worries.
So someone has, so you can just read out Praful bhai, cycling, exercise. Yeah, so she's
so
close
we have,
to that. Good.
Cycling, Tejaswini, Akanksha, cycling. Just spotlight, Sister Anu. Yeah, great. So Gayatri, cycling, okay. And where we do such act generally? Running. अच्छा running दिख रहा है एक जन को. Wow, good. Gym, yes. Tejaswini, Deepa, gym. Yeah, so very nicely guessed. I think this was very easy, but of course not very too easy. So the activity was what was the activity? Let me come to that slide. Yeah, so, using an exercise bike or treadmill at the gym. So she chose to show the exercise bike. So that's great. So that's nice, sister.
Oops. Please stop sharing so that.
Yeah. So now let's move on to the next group. again the flying farishte. You all got some more time. Ashwini, Dr. Vasant, and Gayatri. Who would like to share from you all?
I think Ashwini bhai, आप तैयार थे ना? तो Ashwini bhai, go ahead. हाँ.
खाना बनाना मुझे बड़ी फैमिली है.
अरे speak out.
You don't say it.
Your
Don't
team
say
gets
it.
disqualified.
काफी बेलन भी है मेरे पास.
अरे बस बोलना नहीं है.
हमको बेलन मत मारो, हम भाग जाएंगे.
ठीक है.
Okay. So no worries. Actually, Ashwini just disclosed it. So yeah, but anyways, you can just perform for 15-20 seconds. आपने क्या plan किया था बता दीजिए.
हाँ.
आपका बैलेंस नहीं दिख रहा है, आप दिख रहे हो.
हाँ.
अच्छा. ओह सॉरी. नीचे है वो अभी दिखा रहे.
रोटी मेकिंग, कुकिंग लिख रहे हैं.
कुकर भी है.
सीटी बजी.
हाँ सीटी भी बजेगी अभी.
अच्छा किचन में है बोल रहे हैं. Okay, good.
Good. Thanks, brother. So the activity was cooking a big family meal in the kitchen. So भाई साहब ने पहले ही बता दिया I'm cooking. So good. He made our job very easy to identify. Great. अभी भी आटा गूंद रहे. So yeah, moving on to the last group. Sorry, we are a little short of time, so I am little hurrying up. So we have fragrant flowers, the last activity. Who would like to share from the fragrant flowers? Deepa, Sushma, or Mahesh? Sorry. Yeah.
Mahesh will be doing, yeah.
Okay, let's spotlight Mahesh. Yeah, others can start guessing. Time starts now.
Mahesh has to start video.
Mahesh, I can't see you on the screen.
He is there. You have to spotlight him. We can see him.
No, he started now, na? When the video is off, you cannot spotlight. Okay, thank you, Mahesh. I'm doing it, but he's not coming.
His bandwidth is low. Maybe that is the reason. It's mentioned like that. He's not being seen because it's written bandwidth is low. If all of you go to the gallery view, we can see him. But now again, his screen is blank. We were able to see
on
him.
behalf of Mahesh would like to share because Mahesh is not.
Maybe Sushma, would you like to do it, please?
Yeah, Sushma, go ahead. You have to. Okay, as it is unmute करने की जरूरत नहीं है because perform करना है. बोलना नहीं है कुछ. Don't spoil the show by speaking. Okay.
Yes. Good. Dr. Sushma started. So everyone on the chat window, prayers. Sister Jyoti says, "Oh,
my God, prayer में क्या हो गया? और भी कुछ करो. Prayer बोल रहे हैं वो सब.
Movie.
Okay. थोड़ा नजदीक आ गए हैं. अरे वाह और नजदीक आ गए.
Missed it. Game. Yes, which game? Cricket match.
So nice.
Good.
Lost the game. Excitement.
जोश आ गया.
Cricket. Swati says cricket. Won the game, Tejaswini. Yeah. Very much close. Watching cricket match. Yeah, Vilena, you have the right target. So we had this watching a television sports championship while the country you support is playing. So very nice. I think. Here we have. So great. I think we have very nice sharing. So now question to the last three participants. How did you all feel, while performing your set of activities? What were the areas of your this thing? So each one would like to share one after other. Let's start with Happy Hearts.
Hi. I felt very excited and happy.
Happy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the peace is part
sorry,
of being
Anu
happy.
Sister, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Anu sister, you can just stop sharing. So the gallery view, they can share with each other their feelings. Yeah. Thank you. Go ahead. Yeah.
When I was doing my activity, so I felt very excited and happy. It was interesting. And I felt happiness is a synonym of peace also. So I felt, I didn't feel unpeaceful, definitely. I felt very happy.
Yeah.
And that I associated it with peace.
Great. So this is another takeaway which I think is very important. Although we are performing now, but now since we know these actions are basically nobody's really, we are doing it in a fun way, right? So nobody's really evaluating or nobody's really, it's not bothersome. So if we carry the same joy, happiness into our workplace or into our daily life, I think that really helps us to regenerate rather than just thinking of doing the daily mundane tasks. अरे वही वो repeat करना है, you know. Good takeaway. Yes, the second group.
Yeah.
So fragrant flowers, who would like to share? I think Dr. Sushma was doing that, right? Yeah, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling very nice. Then I was really excited, while doing this miming act. और मुझे हमेशा ऐसे लगता था कि आई एम रियली पुअर इन एक्टिंग एंड ऑल बट रियली आई फेल्ट वेरी हैप्पी द पर्सन्स रियल रिकॉग्नाइज द एक्शंस व्हाट was I was doing.
Yeah, we could see each kind of activity. Frustration वाला भी पता चल रहा था, prayer भी पता चल रहा था, game भी था, excitement भी था. So probably I got a chance to enact everything. So again, one
all is well that ends well. Sorry.
this thing is that it's very good analogy that while we are performing tasks, we just think that we are on this world performing our own actions. We are into this beautiful play, and let me perform my activity to the best of the one I can. So yeah, even if we have this thought while performing the actions, I think we can bring some more creativity into it. So let's move on to the last one. Last one we have Flying Farishte, Ashwin. So who disclosed the first only. So how are you feeling? आपको कैसे लगा भाई साहब?
सर बहुत बड़ा टास्क था कि बड़ी फैमिली है और मुझे खाना बनाना है तो काफी फर्स्ट टाइम था कि कुकर भी रखना है, रोटी भी बनानी है, सब्जी भी बनानी है और मॉर्निंग का जैसे टाइम होता है तो काफी फास्ट रहता है, तो काफी अच्छा लग रहा था और ये हो रहा था कि कहते काफी जल्दी से सब मैनेज हो जाए और सबको भरपेट भोजन मिले और ड्यूटी पे भी जाना है सभी को, बच्चों को स्कूल भी छोड़ना है, मतलब एक एज ए माँ के रूप में खाना बना रहा था, तो काफी अच्छा लगा।
आपको अंदर से ऐसा कुछ लग रहा था, अरे इतना सारा है, रोटी बनानी, सब्जी बनानी है, कैसे होगा, क्या होगा ऐसा?
हाँ, ये लग रहा था कि हाँ रोटी ऐसे बनाना है, जैसे टेलीविजन वगैरह में देखा है कि कितना ज्यादा काम रहता है माताओं को, बहनों को, कि इतना फ्रस्ट्रेट हो जाते हैं कि अरे इधर से नहीं उधर चाय देनी है, बाबूजी को चाय देनी है, उधर वो करना है, तो मुझे काफी लग रहा था कि कहते कैसे हैंडल में करूंगा अकेले, और सब्जी भी काटनी है, अभी सब्जी भी कटी नहीं थी, सिर्फ अभी दाल रखे थे और रोटी बना रहे थे, तो सब्जी भी काटनी है, तो काफी ज्यादा मेहनत लग रहा था, अच्छा लग रहा था।
हाँ, बट फिर भी इतना सब करते हुए भी आपके चेहरे पे बहुत स्माइल थी, हमने देखा। So in the day to day activities हो सकता है कि बहुत सारा हमारे पास काम रहे, and sometimes all of us multiple things on to add, but with that smile we can do many things with peacefulness. So this all this activity has a lot of sharing. Today only I am sharing probably because we are limited of time, probably over time. So but yeah, I would really reflect you all. These were just small activities which we took for the sake of this exercise, but what I really encourage you all to just observe your daily activities, actions, and just see, are we able to bring in that peace element, are we able to bring in that compassionate into our day-to-day activities, and that is where we can then test कि जो हम लोग बोल रहे हैं, जो हम लोग meditation कर रहे हैं, how much that is coming into practice. So thanks everyone for joining. I think this was very creative. Each of you all must have enjoyed. I also wanted to take feedback from the participants as a guessing how you all felt, but I will not take that orally. If you all can just write in the chat window quickly, ki, how was your state of mind while just guessing those things? If two, three of you all can state that, I think that will be good. We can. So anyone would like to mention in the chat window, how was the guessing activity? Were you all again peaceful in the mind, or? Okay, so we are getting feedback on all well has been done. Sister Gayatri says it was easy. Guessing was easy. Yes. Again, when we are peaceful, it is very easy sometimes. Mind was free, just concentrating on the visual act. So freeness of mind was being experiencing, exciting, awesome, and getting to know self. Tejaswini says really amazing and feel calm and creative, enjoyable, excited to recognize. Mahesh says yes, it was exciting, playful, childlike, full of work. Thank you so much for your wonderful. We are 11:30 past, so I would now request Dr. Manoj to quickly help us reviewing this session, what we did today, and then we'll go towards the closure. Just hold on for 5 more minutes, everyone. We'll be soon closing out. Over to you, Dr. Manoj.
Thank you so much, Praful Bhai. I'm sure no one is leaving. You're all there. It is good though we have exceeded, but this important learning outcome of this activity is this we did on a very smaller level. It was just fun and frolic. But when you go into real life situations, you have to observe yourself as a performer when I'm doing my actions. What is the state of my mind, as Praful Bhai already covered? And very important also, what are the feelings when I'm observing others' actions? The second thing which you all did, which was we didn't get time to take sharings, but it was as an observer when I'm seeing someone's actions in the real time world, as a doctor, when I'm with my other colleagues, am I feeling those feelings of criticism? I want to criticize them. Am I having the feelings of comparison? The other C comes into play. Am I having the feeling of competition? Am I in a competition with someone else? He's got more patience, I have got less, or he stole my patience. So all these feelings of comparison, competition, criticism, we need to check, are we really going through all this? And also, when you are performing, are you performing, as Praful Bhai said, what is the state of mind? Again, I'm saying, am I very action conscious, or am I in a feeling conscious? I should always be conscious about my feelings when I'm doing an action, and then my action will really be very, very positive and really be good. So this action, this activity, actually discovering peace in action, translates, it's an action planning activity, which I say in Vihasa, the principle number 3. As it's a takeaway activity, what have I learned from here? What are my feelings inside when I'm doing action? And as an observer, when I observe, what are my feelings inside when people are doing things? Am I really feeling that little bit of jealousy inside, a little bit of hatred for that person? Oh, people are listening to him, they are not listening to me. So we have to just explore all those and make sure that will disturb our state of mind. So we have to come out of all of this by doing this exercise. I'll just quickly share and go on to the recap mode, which actually I've already done for the last activity. So as you can see, we went into how we can change situations. This activity also we did by breaking out rooms. And we went into first, what were the feelings which we had for myself. I was not liking myself, I was very negative, and also for the situation which was difficult in front of me. And then in the second part, we discussed with each other how can we make changes. So you all came out with nice sharings of forgiving and forgetting, keeping the mind, again the state of mind calm, it comes there also. Basically it's your mind. I mean, that is the important organ in for spirituality. What we say, you have to take care of your mind all the time and make sure how you're feeling all the time. If you're depressed, if you're stressed, things will go in a different manner. And then when you all discuss with each other, how do we come out with self compassion, compassion towards self and also compassion towards others? And obviously we all have to draw this energy from the supreme being. That was the end. We finished changing situations with a small 5 minute of meditation, so as to connect to the supreme and draw the energy from him. Anu sister took you into compassionate listening. This was a repeat activity. We have done it in the part 3 also, but here also people enjoyed because it was sort of replaying the entire activity again. And the last few minutes were on giving and receiving compassion. And lastly, all of you enjoyed a lot Praful's Bhai's activity of discovering peace in action, which I've already covered. So here we finish the module and over to Praful Bhai now for the last proceedings and the pictures as well, taking photos. Thanks.
Sure, thank you.
You have to unmute yourself, Praful Bhai.
Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. So thanks, Dr. Manoj. So last module we have of cooperation, which we'll be doing next Saturday. We're starting from. So again, I think we'll be having 2 to 3 parts. So I'm happy that all of y'all, we all have together done a journey of covering more than 20 sessions. And yeah, this values is something, as y'all might have explored, each session gives us a new paradigm shift from our previous understanding. And again, the cooperation module is similar. I'm sure it has very good exercises and all of us will enjoy. So yeah, we have exceeded time. So let's sit in silence for 30 seconds and then we'll close off.
You want to take a group photo before you
You
sit
can do
in
that,
silence?
yeah. If everybody can. I thought of doing that, but since we exceeded time, so if we can all quickly turn on your cameras. I'll take a screenshot and yeah, let's have this. Thanks for reminding, Dr. Manoj.
No problem.
3, 2, 1. Oh, we have a couple of cameras still starting. Okay. Okay, now I'll click. 3, 2, 1. 1 second. I'll click another photo. 3, 2, 1. There you go. Yes, I have captured the photo. Okay, so let's sit in silence for 30 seconds and just reflect on one takeaway which we would like to practice for the entire week. Whatever you lacked from today's session. Let us invoke the Supreme, the Almighty Authority, and tell Him thanks for giving us a wonderful chance to reflect on our own selves for this 2.5 hours. And let us make one strong determination for ourselves, one action point which we'll be focusing until next Saturday. Okay, thank you everyone. So yes, we'll be uploading these videos as usual on the YouTube channels where you can always refer it whenever you feel like. Even the previous sessions, all of them are uploaded. And yes, hope to meet you all. Same meeting ID, same password. No need to re-register for you all. And let's meet next time in the cooperation module. Thank you. Om Shanti. Good day. Have a nice weekend. Bye.
Shanti, everyone.
Om Shanti. Thank you.